Nigerian singer Reekado Banks has admitted that he exceeded his former record label, Mavin Records, which shot him to fame prematurely. Banks rose to prominence after getting signed to Mavin Records and winning the Rookie of the Year at the Hades 2014 and receiving the controversial Next Rated Award at the Hades 2015. He, however, left the label in 2018 and launched his own imprint Banks Music. Speaking in a recent interview, Banks revealed that he realized that his exit from Mavin was premature when he started handling music business by himself. He also clarified that his exit wasn't due to a disagreement, stressing that his contract had ended 2 years before he took the bold step of leaving instead of renewing the contract. It wasn't, he said, and I quote, my exit from Mavin Record wasn't a conflict situation. I was pretty young and pretty fixated on what I wanted to do. I wanted to leave. Anyways, my contract has ended 2 years prior. I signed a 3-year contract and I allowed it to ride for another 2 years. So I was there for 5 years without reviewing the contract. So when it was time, I thought I wanted to do this, leave, he said in quotes. Now, I thought I could do it now. I just embarked on the journey as many people would view it, prematurely. As soon as I jumped into the sea as well, I realized how premature it was, he said. Now, Success, I am keen to getting your point of view on this particular subject matter. You know, we've seen a lot. This is actually one too many people that when they leave their record label, we tend not to hear them again. They leave their record label and it's like they are upcoming. This is somebody that I would place in the cadre of, let's say, Oxlade, Victony, Omale. This is somebody I would place in their cadre at some point. Omale was, I think Rema now was nowhere near him. Although Rema does his thing, but now he's struggling. He's like a struggling artist because he decides to move and go do things by himself. Now I'd like to get your point of view on this particular matter.
One thing I'll point out from what just happened, what just read out, is the fact that Reekado Banks is able to point his mistakes, able to point out, yes, at the same time, this was what I did that is affecting me now. Because Prime Reekado Banks, as we know, was someone that had so much potential. I think he still does. He had so much potential. He was doing very well. His pieces were something that he related to us. He gave us the vibe. We had the vibe raw.
True.
I don't think there's anybody that would say I didn't vibe to
Reekado
Banks time. Yeah, it was fine. Even till now, his songs still make sense. It shows that reach, he hasn't been able to get that reach, that popularity that
he once had.
Expected to get at this time if he had remained with label. And it's just so unfortunate because so many other young musicians make the same mistake. I don't know if it's a trend or if it's a thing, but when you get your first hit, the first thing that comes to their mind is leave the label. Like that, it has happened over and over. And although it has helped some of them, it has also aided in restricting the career path of many of them. So, it's just really unfortunate. It's just really unfortunate.
Now, yes, please go on. Sorry to cut you. You said although.
Yeah, although I was going to say that we don't really know the destiny of a man it could still be that even under Mavin, he still wouldn't blow up in good. But it has happened this way, and I'm glad that he has been able to point out his mistakes as at when he made them. Because some other musicians on the other end will make mistakes like this and will be able to
Come
know
out
that
boldly
they
to say it.
actually got it wrong. Yes, till a very long time. They don't keep struggling without knowing where exactly they got it wrong. Yeah, this is a good one on his part. I think since he now knows where his mistakes come from, he should be able to, maybe retrace his steps, do things better now.
Maybe retrace his steps and do things better. Now, he said he left prematurely, but he had already stayed 2 years extra added to the time which his contract lasted. Yeah. Do you also think he left prematurely? And if he didn't renew the contract, how long should he have stayed still on the record label? How long do you think he should have also stayed before leaving?
Okay.
First off, did he leave prematurely? Are you of the opinion that he left prematurely? Then second is, how long should he have stayed with the record label before he feels okay, he's now matured, he can handle his business?
For the first one, I think the term prematurely is not, I don't think it has to do with when he left the label as per what his contract says. I think it has to do with his mindset as a musician, his perfection in the music business. Because it's an industry, you have to learn the craft for it to make good use of it. So I think that was what he meant when he said he left prematurely. At the point he left, he hadn't been able to master the music industry craft as it is. But as for the contract, he had so stayed through the contract. He even added extra years, but he left when he left, not having the requisite skills that he needed to stay on his own.
Amazing, amazing. Now, music business is a thing, and you are into real estate business. Yeah, and business is business. Every business has its pros and cons. Yeah. Now, as somebody that is into business, what would you advise those that are artists, young artists, people like us, me, you and me, that are into the entertainment industry to learn while they are under a record label? Because a lot of us are, a lot of young artists are focused, they are fixated on the excitement, the clubbing, the shows. They don't care about the business because they have people manage it for them. But when they go back to start doing things by themselves, they tend to struggle. I feel that's actually what's making a lot of them, when they leave the record label, they struggle because they were not part of the business. They were not part of the organization, so they don't even know. So I feel even if they go out and they are matured and they feel they are matured and they go out to go do things for themselves, they will still struggle because they didn't put their heads and their eyes down to understand the business. Now the question is, what should artists do when they are signed to record label? Things that they should take note of, so in case they leave, they can stand on their own.
Okay. I'm not really a professional in the business of music, but I'll just cite this example. You know, in the Igbo culture, there's this thing known as Eba Boy,
Yeah.
where youngster is put under training uh, of someone who has already been in that line of business for some time now. And mind you, the training is not all bed of roses.
Yeah.
It's not. You have a lot of restrictions. You have a lot of things that you're not allowed to do as someone who is learning the job. So, and then one thing I think is a challenge for most young artists now is that lack of patience, lack of willingness to learn, because most people feel that what the I make my song, I promote the song, people love it, and that's that. But even if I'm not a musician, I know for the fact that there's something known as administration. And
Yeah.
without administration, whatever you think you are doing is going to crumble. It's going to
Mm.
crumble. Administration is one very key part of maintaining businesses, especially successful ones. So I think one key aspect that musicians should focus on, which I think many of them are not doing, is administration. In as much as you want to please your listeners, also pay attention to the administration aspect. People
Yeah.
most times don't see that aspect, so it's as important as even the music you
I
are
doing
making.
itself, yeah. Get involved in the administrative